It was 3 days after Jesus had died on the cross, and his body had been put in a tomb. And the women had brought the hair-raising, hand-clapping, jaw-dropping news that the stone was rolled away and the body was gone. That same hand-wringing, fist-clenching, puzzling day, 2 of Jesus' followers had had enough of being locked away, sitting on their hands, with nothing to do but pray. So they took the road to visit friends in Emmaus. Along the way, they nattered and chattered about all the hair-raising, nail-biting, knuckle-dusting news of the last few days. In the middle of their nattering and chattering, a stranger joined them on the road. "Hey, what are you so troubled about?" he asked them as he saw their sad faces. "Don't you know what's happened in the last few days?" they replied, wondering where on earth this stranger had been at the weekend. Not wanting to be off-hand with him, they carefully started to catch him up, telling him about Jesus, how he healed and helped and taught and forgave, raised people from the dead, turned water to wine, how he was open-handed and full of love. But then they explained how he was betrayed, handcuffed, sentenced to death. Pilate washed his hands of him, hands that had healed were now nailed to a cross. Their hopes had been dashed, mishandled, bruised and battered, and then the women had come, talking of empty tombs and angels and handing out news that Jesus was alive. The stranger stopped in his tracks. "What a couple of bird brains! Didn't you know this had to happen?" And he started to point out to them in the scriptures all that was written beforehand, which in turn pointed to Jesus, his death and resurrection. Suddenly, they had arrived. The stranger waved and turned to go, but they stopped him. "No, it's late. Stay and eat with us." It wasn't until they were round the table that they began to feel like he wasn't such a stranger. When he picked up the bread and blessed it and broke it. Of course, it was Jesus. Why hadn't they noticed before? As the light bulb went on, Jesus went off. He disappeared from view. And immediately they knew they had to return to Jerusalem to tell the others. It's true! Jesus is alive! We met him on the road, and at each twist and turn, he explained it all to us. And we felt our hearts burn within us, for his words are light and life, and show us the way to shine the love of the Father into our darkest day.